Welcome to today's ramble. Today we're going to be talking about continuous learning. You know, it's important as a professional, whether you're a business owner or individual contributor or a manager or leader in an organization, improving your skill set and knowledge is important. It's one of those things that will set you apart from anybody else in the industry that isn't trying to do that. So let's talk about some different options for learning things. And some of this is going to be pretty basic, and you've seen these things before, but I think these are my top 5 ways of picking up new knowledge in any industry. And the first one's audiobooks and reading in general, but I prefer audiobooks just because it allows me to do things like the dishes or go for a run and listen to something and pick up some knowledge. That said, I definitely have found a difference between active and passive listening, right? So it's passive listening if I'm out for a run and I'm just running and listening and picking some knowledge up. But sometimes I have to listen to things 2 or 3 times before I really get the full message in my brain. If I actively listen, right, I sit down and it's quiet elsewhere and I'm not distracted. If I listen to audiobooks for a little while and take some notes as I go, things stick with a single listen, more than they would if I was doing something passively. Second thing is online learning, right? So this is things like at Pax8 where I happen to work. We've got our Academy on Demand, Pax8 Academy on Demand. There's things like Masterclass, CBT Nuggets, Udemy, all these different services out there that can teach you things. Go learn something, even if it's not directly related to your business. Go learn something new, right? There's fun in learning no matter what you're learning. And there's plenty of opportunities and plenty of resources for those things. Third thing is some sort of an instructor-led course, right? Again, at Pax8, we have instructor-led courses that we teach things, but there's also plenty of opportunities for online instructor-led courses where you have to show up and you've got class time and you've got maybe some homework and some of those things. There's plenty of value there as well. The fourth thing is conferences, right? Every industry seems to have a conference. There's plenty of ways to learn things, whether you go to workshops within the conference or you listen to the keynotes or kind of whatever. There's plenty of opportunities to learn stuff there. The key here, though, is that you want to make sure that you're not coming home with 500 things you want to work on, right? You don't want to go through a vendor pavilion and come back with 15 trials of new products that you want to try and all those things. Because if you watched my previous video about not biting off more than you can chew, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? You don't want to come back with 15 new things to work on. You want to come back with like 1 or 2 things, right? Take a nugget or 2, and maybe have a list of some other things you might want to think about in the future. But you definitely don't want to come back with so much stuff that it overwhelms your team. And the last thing on my list of things today is peer groups, right? So there's industry peer groups for most industries. There's plenty of non-industry peer groups as well. There's value in listening to someone teach you something and someone explain what they've done and seen in the world. But there's also value in teaching something to somebody else, right? So the benefit of being in a peer group is not only the listening and the things you get to take in, but the things you get to share. Because when you share a thing, it solidifies that knowledge in your brain even more than just listening to somebody else too. So there's definitely a give and take, and there's just a great community around peer groups. This is a fairly Pax8 heavy type of a video today, but we also have peer groups at Pax8, so I want to throw that out there as well. With that, go out and improve your skills. Go out and learn something new today. And with that, thanks for coming on this ramble with me, and I hope to see you on the next one.